Hey everyone, it's Alexis. I'm a creative designer here at Sizzix, and if you've been keeping up with our blog the last few weeks, you've probably seen me use this guy a couple times. This is our sticky grid sheet. It comes in two different sizes. This is our large one, and then we have one that's smaller that goes through our sidekick. So as I've been using it, I've been wanting to think of a few different ways to utilize it in your projects, and I've come up with 3 different techniques, and that's what today's vlog is all about. So let's check it out. Okay, so the first step is to get your sticky grid out. So this normally has another covering on top of it, and then you would peel that back to show the actual sticky grid. And the best way to do this is to then peel back the second one. So then you're gonna peel this away like this and place it onto your cutting mat, so I've already got one done here. And it just lays on there. It's reusable, so if you decide you still want your cutting mat to be in good form, you can peel it right off and peel it back on. So it might be a good idea to keep the protective coverings for it. But the first technique I'm gonna show you is what we kind of designed it for, which is to get that perfect alignment of your wording, so that if you're having to make mass cards, that you can actually just run it through the machine multiple times and not worry that each time it's gonna be something different. So I've got a little piece of cardstock right here that I'm going to just place down over my word. And then just take another cutting pad and place it on top. There we go. And see, it popped off perfectly all the extra words. You can save these for later if you want to, so I'm just pull those off to the side. But what's really nice, and I like to keep a die pick around for this part just to make it easy to get it off initially, is it comes right off. Look how easy that peeled off. And then you've got a perfect little lined up word that you can just pop on to your card front. So I've just taken some of our star framelits and then added the sentiment at the very bottom, and I used a bit of our foam adhesive tape to give it a little bit of a shadow effect. So for our next technique, I wanted to show how you could cut a framelit out at the same time that you cut a sentiment out. So instead of just having a sheet of paper that you can cut this phrasing out, I wanted to show that you can cut out a shape as well at the same time. So I'm just gonna place this onto my sticky grid and then we'll run it through the machine. And then I'm gonna use my die pick again real quick just to help pull it up. And there you go. Now, something I wanna mention is that when you're lining these up, you wanna do them in the opposite direction that you would normally layer something on, so that when it cuts out, it actually is moving in the right direction instead of it being flipped. So make sure that you're laying them down backwards. And then what you can do is just add that together, add a little bow, and you've got a great little gift tag. And for our final technique, if you have been keeping track with our chapters systems, you'll see that we released in chapter 1 a birthday shadow box, and in chapter 2 a tropical shadow box. And the sticky grids work perfectly with the shadow box system. So what you do is you kind of know what your card base size is going to be, and then you will move your largest circle that comes with, or a rectangle, whatever one you're using, and you'll place it where you want your largest opening to be on your front of your card. So I'm gonna take this and then just place my front sheet over. And you're just gonna align it with that top left corner. Again, I'm gonna use my die pick just to get the corner going. And then just peel back slowly, because you did cut out a big hole in the middle. So then you've got your front top layer. And then you want it to perfectly align concentrically below. So I'm gonna actually take this piece out, and I'm gonna take the next biggest die, and I'm gonna lay it in right into the center of that so that it's perfectly aligned. And then I'm just gonna take my die pick and pull the other large one up. And then I'm gonna take another piece of paper and I'm gonna line it up in the corner again and then run it through the machine. And now we've got our layer for below. Okay, so then you would just continue down to the next level and cut that out, but I've already pre-cut some of the pieces because I want to show you all how this actually works with our foam tape and how you would assemble it. So I'm going to put foam tape on the back of our first panel, and you don't have to put this onto every panel if you don't want to. I just like having extra dimension. And then you'll peel up this part and then we'll just adhere it. Okay, so now that we've got our layers together with foam adhesive, you can just add on your back panel with some double-sided tape, and then you can embellish it with a bunch of the tropical elements and some of your stamping and just some fine work with a black pen to get your own little shadow box card. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed all these fun little makes. And be sure to check out all of our items on Sizzix.com and check out our hashtag MyMakingStory on your social media.